Welcome to the Bounce Back Project. Today's topic is random acts of kindness. I'm going to do a brief review. The Bounce Back Project was started by a partnership of the Allina Health Hospital and Clinic, Buffalo Centric here in Monticello, and Stellis Health. And what is Bounce Back? It's a unique collaborative of nurses, physicians, healthcare leaders, community members, and they have a single purpose, which is to impact the lives of individuals, communities, and organizations by promoting health through happiness. And they do that through tools to build resiliency. So their purpose is to expand resilience by retraining our mind to focus on the positive, increase the feelings of well-being, and decrease the feelings of depression. And like I said, today we're going to talk about random acts of kindness. What is a random act of kindness? It's defined as non-premeditated, inconsistent action designed to offer kindness toward the outside world. Random acts of kindness are a feel-good way to increase our own happiness while helping someone else out at the same time. And Dr. Martin Seligman from the University of Pennsylvania, doing an act of kindness produces the single most reliable momentary increase in well-being of any exercise that has been tested. Wow. And where did it all come from? Where did this start? Well, the movement, they say, started with Ann Herbert, a writer who wrote "Practice random acts of kindness and senseless acts of beauty on a placemat in a restaurant." She later published a book on that, and things really took off. The idea of random acts of kindness took off from that point. Although I would be assured that people were doing random acts of kindness before Ms. Herbert wrote her book, but it certainly did help. And because the Bounce Back Project is based in science, which is something we love about it, we know from studies, from research, that random acts of kindness will decrease anxiety, stress, and depression, protect our hearts and improve our immune systems, make us happier, help add 10 years to our lives, and diminish pain perception. And there's also an impact on bystanders. So what are random acts of kindness do to those who just witness it? It increases their kindness in others, increases generosity, creates a peak experience of gratitude and ability to be content with their current state. As we've talked before, it's about being present in the moment. And there's a video called Change for $1. I won't show it today, but the link will be on our resources page for you. And this is a great clip. I just had to share this.
Some good for your morning. We all need it. Down to St. Louis here with the story behind this photo that millions love. Good morning to you, Diane.
Good morning to you. So it's a problem you probably never thought of until you got there. How do you not wake a sleeping baby and fill out paperwork at the same time? Well, for one Alabama mom, the answer was with the help of a kind stranger. It's the picture warming hearts all over the internet. A man in a waiting room holding a stranger's sleeping baby after the mother struggled to hold the baby and fill out paperwork at the same time.
I felt good, especially after he sat down and we started talking and stuff. It felt right.
Joe Hale says the gesture of kindness, liked over 1 million times on Facebook alone, was just instinct for the grandfather.
I didn't care if the baby was black, green, or purple. It didn't matter to me. I do all children that way.
Natasha Wilson captured the heartwarming moment.
As he held the baby, it was as if that was like one of his kids or one of his grandchildren. It was really a touching sight, something I've never witnessed anyone do before.
The baby's mom, Jade West, says in times like these, she's especially thankful for the kindness of strangers.
It feels good because you see so much bad stuff going on, and it's just it feels good to see something positive for a change.
And West says she's a single mom, so she's used to doing everything by herself. She says that made it especially nice to have someone offer an extra set of hands.
How could you not pick up that little boy?
With his little smile, how adorable.
But I love how he said it, and this look like he was half asleep too.
Yeah.
Well, and neither she nor Joe were on social media, so they found out when relatives called them.
Oh, that makes it even better. Makes it even better. Thank you.
So I was thinking the same thing. I thought, how could you not pick that baby up, or at least want to, because he's just so,
How are you
so
doing?
cute. And this I love. It's official. Kindness is good for you. The Honey Foundation's research found that 5 acts of random kindness a week will increase your level of happiness for up to 3 months. Random acts of kindness have also been found to increase oxytocin, lower blood pressure, and improve heart health. And here's just a few ideas of random acts of kindness. I think most of us are most familiar with the pay it forward in the drive-through, either at getting coffee or getting fast food, where you say, I'm gonna pay for the person behind me. But there's, I mean, there's countless numbers of these that you can do. And, you know, a lot of these you probably do every day and you just don't think about the fact that it's a random act of kindness. I had my own random act of kindness. I was at Target a couple years ago and they stopped taking checks. And I came from yoga and I didn't have my full, my wallet. My wallet was, I just brought my license, I think, because I was driving to yoga, and I stopped at Target and I had all my things. They'd gone through the checker and they'd been bagged, and I went, oh my gosh, I said, I don't have anything. I said, I think I have a check in my car. I'm not sure. And this guy in front of me was leaving. He said, what's going on? And I said, oh my gosh, my stuff is in my yoga. You know, I left all my stuff because I came from yoga. And he said, I'll pay for your groceries. It was like $42. And I said, no, we'll just put it, I'll help them put it away. I can't do that. And he said, no, that, you know, I'm happy to do that. And I said, well, okay. So I let him do it. And then I wrote him a check and I mailed it to him later. But it was amazing. It was just so kind, so kind. And, you know, it was a huge deal for me. I still remember it. I don't remember a lot of things. And we know Princess Diana is well known for her kindness. Carry out a random act of kindness with no expectation of the reward, safe in the knowledge that one day someone might do the same for you. Or not. Something that was really, really important to me when I was doing research on this was the idea that we are biologically connected. And there's a lot more to this. I actually did a cut and paste with some of this information, and I have the link to the website. It's in the resources page that I have for everybody. But it's very interesting that people always say, you know, we're all connected somehow. And, you know, the six somethings of Kevin Bacon and all that kind of thing. But the fact is we are biologically connected. And this professor, he said, let's focus on oxygen, one of the most abundant elements on the planet that is absolutely critical for life. Inhaled oxygen is required to fully use calories and convert that fuel to an energy that cells can use. Carbon dioxide is produced during that process and exhaled, and life is not possible without oxygen. And I just love this. Here's a quote from the Dalai Lama to cap off our fantastic field trip. As you breathe in, cherish yourself. As you breathe out, cherish all beings. And I just love this. I think this is so funny. And I hope you do visit the websites, Professor K. But it's very interesting. And I know it's a little bit more than we probably need to think about or need to know when we're talking about random acts of kindness. But I think on a spiritual note, we sometimes feel really comfortable saying that we're connected spiritually, but the fact that we are biologically, physically connected through breath is huge. So we can sit with that for a minute. And here's just some ideas of random acts of kindness for strangers. You know, for me, I do write thank you notes. That's something I do a lot. Or I go and I leave feedback on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, because I know that there's so much negative written. So I always try to write the positive, and really, really, especially if it's small business, well, all business, but especially small businesses that are starting out. It's certainly not easy. And these are just some ideas from the bounce back people of random acts of kindness. That's so funny. On the lower left hand, they filled something up at the clinic with some candy, a gift card. There are random acts of kindness Post-its that you can order from them. If you want to, you can definitely, you don't need those. You can always make your own. And here's a little bit about, you know, doing random acts of kindness regularly, putting those incentives in place at your work. As a group, you know, complete a random acts of kindness in the community. So maybe your clinic wants to do something, or maybe someone in the community wants to help your clinic and do something nice for all of you. You can always do a challenge. You know, let's have the this clinic against that clinic, or you know, day shift versus night shift, or something like that, just to make it fun. And what I think is really, really great is there's something called a Random Acts of Kindness Foundation. And if you go to their website, there's a link here, and there's also a link in the resources page. If you go to the Random Acts of Kindness Foundation and you scroll down, they've got kindness at work, and they've got a number of resources. You just have to print them. They're super easy, and it's a great way for you to bring it into your work site, your clinic, any place where you're gathering with people, even your home. But I love these calendars that you could put up at work, maybe put in the lunchroom. I just think it's fantastic. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and stop recording.